Welcome to this week's video, and this week I've got another eBay item. So this switch was purchased from eBay last week for £24 delivered, which is very cheap, and as you can see from the description, it's had a fall. So I'm sure the eBay seller isn't going to be fibbing about that. So I came in and I opened it up, and then straight away had a little look at it, and we can see the whole side rail's been ripped off. The other one's still on there. There's a massive bend in it, screws missing. Very rough. If it's had a fall, it's had a fall off a skyscraper, which he didn't really make me aware of. So we're just going to need to open it up. So we've got 4 tri-wing screws in the back, as described. So we can take these 4 out. So at least we've got these 4. We've got a big chip at the top there, by the headphone jack. Now unfortunately nearly every other screw's come out except this side one. Obviously that's what happens when a switch falls, all the screws magically fall out on their own, which I've seen many times before. And then we'll open up, take the back cover off, and then have a look at the heat shield. And as you can see, it's totally battered, and unfortunately all the screws have fell out of this as well, which is, it's a known issue. When you drop a Nintendo Switch, all the screws magically fall out. So we'll take this one out of the corner that's managed to stay in, little trooper, and then we'll take the other one out, which is attached to the SD card. The foam pad has also fallen out as well and gone into the abyss, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, it happens. So we'll take the heat shield off, all stuck in the corner, and then there we can see, have a little look. So there's damage around the NAND chip, so could have been stamped on in some way. There's also a Sharpie mark on the cover there, which I'm sure happened from the fall. Disconnect the battery. So I have a little closer look at the NAND, peel it off. Doesn't appear to be much damage to it, but obviously something's not right. On closer inspection, I noticed the NAND chip and also the card reader, they look like different colours of the board. So different versions of boards went through different shades of green. What my experience in the past are, NAND chips and game card readers are normally the same colour, so that these are different colour greens automatically makes me think that internals have been swapped over. So we'll plug it into the amp meter to see. So we'll plug it in and it turns straight off. We'll flip it over and it comes on. We've got very low ampage, getting nothing on the screen. So we've got some either M92 damage, or what I kind of suspect, more likely the NAND chips being swapped over on this by someone who doesn't realise that it's got to be shipped with the same board. And that means if that's true, then the board's totally worthless. So as you can see, the heatsink's had a bit of extra thermal paste applied, so I'm not happy with it. It's definitely not what the description says. I'm happy buying faulty items from eBay. The pictures were a little bit misleading. They didn't show it at an angle, so they didn't show the massive bend in the side of it. As you can see, it looks like it's had much more than a fall. It's probably had a fall off a 10-story building, then been ran over by a steamroller, and then someone's took all the parts and the screws out of it as well to try and harvest it. So full on eBay scam, unfortunately. So I've got back in touch with eBay. I'm now going through the process of trying to return it. Obviously the seller's making out that I'm trying to scam them, that I'm trying to keep the item, which is not what I want to do. It's an absolute pile of rubbish. They're the scammer, not me. But unfortunately, eBay's full of it at the moment. So hopefully this has gave you a little bit of a giggle. Just be careful when you're buying off eBay of them items that are taking a fall, because so much extra happens to them other than what you'd expect. So thanks very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.